basketball team, I didn't make the basketball team. I felt like it was because they were favoring the white kids. Yeah, this is about to be so good. This is going to be cool. Turns out he took the CD and threw it out his window because it wasn't good.
And one of the girls was like, yo, I think you need to start finding a job.
Emotional damage.
I was like, dog.
Fuck this bitch, bro.
Yeah. Yo.
Yiggity yo.
Yo. Nah, you good. Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your homie Dan from Sounds of the Cosmos. Once again, I'm here with the homie Johnny Walker.
What's good, everybody?
This is the Sounds of the Cosmos YouTube podcast situation where we talk to artists, producers, engineers about their creativity themselves and to bring y'all them and to let them know who they are, essentially. So I got the homie Johnny Walker. Yo,
it's a pleasure to be on this podcast. Honestly, I just want to say Dano is the man, the myth, the legend.
Come on, man.
Right now, there's as of now, I think there's like 3 tracks that Dano, 4 actually, that Dano has mixed and mastered, and he brought them to life. Terminal, that song is out. That project was a blessing to work with Dan on in the Sounds of Cosmos Studios. So I just want to say, as an artist that has worked in the Sounds of Cosmos Studios, come here, bro. He's got a full board. He's running everything. Get your stems. I'm going to go back to it. Get your stems, bro.
Get your fucking stems,
hashtag get your fucking stems.
Get your fucking stems, bro. Like that, I'm about to make that a hashtag, bro.
No, yeah, hashtag get your stems.
Get your fucking, fucking stems.
Yeah, hashtag get your fucking stems. Because if you don't, then you're just lacking a bit. Because, obviously, when I know how the board looks and everything, and I know Dan has the ability to manipulate as much as we want. As artists, I feel like you want that song. That's like your product, right? So you want that to be your best possible product. So you need all the tools to get it to where it needs to be. So if you have the stems, if you have, everything that it took to create that beat, now what Dan is able to do is he's able to get in there and adjust the kick so it really hits, adjust the bass and pull things out. It's just a different experience.
Exactly. Like you can't do too much with a 2-track. You could do just enough just to get the song done. But if you really want that song done the way it needs to be, get your fucking stems.
Hashtag get your fucking stems.
Get your motherfucking stems.
But yeah, I mean, so Johnny Walker, I'm an artist. You can follow me on Instagram at Drunkonjohnnywalker. Also,
Drunk on Johnny Walker. Make sure you follow this.
Drunk on Johnny Walker. JOHNNY.
What he said.
Also, got the Winter Table. The Winter Table is an independent label that we also have a clothing brand and an event coming up in July 25th. Winter Table Live and Uncensored. So look out for that. Follow that Instagram, Winter Table LLC.
Follow the Winter Table.
Winter Taper. We be getting winter
tapers too. Winter tapers too. Yo,
you got a fresh cut too. I can tell.
Appreciate it. But nah, the one thing I was gonna say about the homie Johnny and the homie Lance, he's actually in the back. Say what's up real quick. I don't know if you can. Yeah, the one thing about them that I've always noticed, these motherfuckers have the sharpest haircuts always. Like I don't know what barber y'all motherfuckers go to. Y'all need to put me on. Because y'all are always sharp like 24/7. Every time I see y'all.
I'm gonna shout out the crazy. 2 places, right? I mean, honestly, shout out Mike Cuts, shout out Empire Barbershop in Cedar Grove, but also shout out Cedar Grove Barbershop. My boy Andy down there, he be doing those like. Have you ever gone to a barber? It takes like 25 minutes, but still it is crazy. But then you go to the other one, that guy takes an hour. You're like, oh, it took an hour to do that?
I'm gonna take an hour. I'm falling asleep and shit. Right? Yeah, bro.
So Cedar Grove Barbershop, he takes 20 minutes and it's freaking fire. But you gotta keep the fade going.
You gotta keep the fade going, bro, and that's important. So Johnny, let's get to the nitty gritty, man. I just want to ask you, like, I actually never even got to ask you on a personal level. Like, I know we worked on a few records. We've been here for like literally 48 hours straight one time.
Basically, first 48.
First 48. We might as well have just been here for fucking 2 days straight. No shower, no sleep.
No food.
No
Actually,
food.
No food.
No, we had food. No, we had food. We had Red Bulls. We had shit that was fucking our livers up. We had all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but I never really got a chance to really ask you like what what set you off on your musical path? What was like the catalyst to being like, yo, I want to make music. I'm gonna do this shit today.
Honestly, so okay, it's kind of it's a long story, but I'll incorporate it also to the fact of why, part of the reason why I try or attempt to get a haircut as much as I can is because I'm visually impaired, which is I'm gonna loop this around into the story, but I'm visually impaired, so I don't shave my own beard, right? So I'm like, I gotta go out and make sure the beard looks.
Yeah.
Most niggas, they would just be like, all right, let me just do a quick thing, but for me, I can't see that shit. So the reason why I say that gets into the story is because I started 6th grade, so I wanted to I was in this art class and I just decided I wanted to start songwriting. So I remember having this like notebook. I had this gray binder with this notebook in it, and I just started writing shit. My first song I ever wrote was called "Why."
Wow.
And basically it was like, why is the question we asking that can't be answered in 6th grade?
Wow,
That's what I'm
holy
asking.
shit.
I'm like, that's crazy.
Damn, that's fucking
I'm
dope.
like, whoa, I'm existential, bro.
Damn, that's dope. I couldn't even put a fucking sentence together in 6th grade. Barely. I was barely.
And I was in special ed too, so it was like,
Me too.
yeah. Shout out special ed.
Shout out to special ed, and shout out to the teachers too that really took their time to really teach these damn kids, bro. Because
exactly, because the teachers help the kids. We need the teachers.
We need the teachers, bro. We need them. We need them.
It's
So
crazy
shout out
because
to the special ed teachers.
The special ed niggas always end up being mad successful too.
Mad successful too.
Yeah.
Yo, so all the, you know what I'm saying? All the cool motherfuckers that are popular. I'm like, y'all popular now, bro. Watch
Just
that nigga
wait.
peaked in high
Special
school.
ed kid, yo, wait, boom. Now.
boom, pop out.
Shout out
beard.
to my one friend Alex Fogg, bro. He was also in special ed. I was in a lot of classes with him. He now owns like a company that like owns his own company and everything.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
You see that shit?
Exactly. Bro. That's fucking dope.
But okay, so yeah, 6th grade comes, and then I also tried out for the basketball team because I wanted to play basketball, and I was writing music. Basketball team, I didn't make the basketball team. I felt like it was because they were favoring the white kids. I went to I went to a primarily white school. I went to Livingston.
Shit.
So I was like, nah, they just hating on the nigga. Realistically, I was not good though. I couldn't even do the under the legs yet, and I was like,
nah, bro.
realistically, I was not good, yo. So I didn't make that team, and I was like, fuck it. You know what? Let me just get into this music. So that was the first. There's 3 levels to when I really said, fuck it, I'm gonna do this for sure. So that was the first one. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start writing more. So I start writing more and more. 7th grade, 8th grade, I start getting on Audacity, doing remixes and shit.
Yeah.
So like I remember I did a wasted. I'm so wasted. She's so I think that was a Gucci Mane track. I was doing a remix of that Lil Wayne shit. I was inspired by him and his whole mixtape, No Ceilings.
Oh yeah.
And it was super clean. So I was getting into that, trying to record, writing and stuff. Then this is when the second catalyst of I'm gonna do this for sure, and I know this is what I gotta do. 9th grade. So 8th grade going into 9th grade, I find out that I have I didn't find out till actually school, but I started losing my vision. So basically, I was trying to read a summer reading book, and I was like, okay, I can't really read this shit. So I was like, I gotta go get some glasses. One thing leads to another, figures out I don't need glasses. Something deeper is going on. They sent me to different specialists, other specialists, and then long process. I'm in school, I gotta leave school like consistently to go to the Newark medical facility.
Yeah.
Top notch shit, right? Go through all these different things to find out that I'm visually impaired because I have something called Leber's hereditary optic neuropathy. All of these hindrances, yet they ain't stopping me. Bam. Hold up. Let me.
I didn't know he was gonna do that. What the fuck?
But so then 9th grade, I figure out I'm visually impaired. So then that comes with all these things. Like now in school, I'm gonna have this aide that walks around with me. I'm pissed off. All these different emotions, they end up leading into, you know what? I'm just gonna put it all into music. And I was like, fuck it, because then I also ended up getting money from the government because I was visually impaired and blah, blah, blah. So then I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do with this? I'm gonna buy a microphone. I'm gonna buy a program so my friend could put it on his computer and start recording me.
Right.
So that was kind of when it started. I was like, let me take this and invest it into this. So I worked on my first EP. It was on a Rock Band microphone, actually.
Wow.
First EP it was something called Mixcrafter.
Holy
this
shit.
This is taking it back. Hold up. But then I had a song called Nuketown, a song called Bells. It was not good. I didn't know what I was doing yet.
But listen, that's how always gotta get your reps in, bro.
So you get your reps in, made the first EP. I was handing out CDs. I was doing the thing. And then from there, I just knew that this is what I wanted to do. So then that same year, I did my first ever show too. 9th grade, I made my first EP. I made some remixes, and I was like, I'm going to perform. There was a teen club around my area called Confetti. So basically, my first show, I went there with my DJ. His name was DJ Root the Noob. Shout out to that guy. Shout out DJ Root the Noob. So I went there.
Yeah.
We had to sell tickets, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is legit. We're selling tickets. We're doing this." Last minute, I had to buy some of the tickets. I had to buy some of my family to get in.
Yeah.
But the show went extremely well. I freaking learned some of the songs on the day of and shit. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. And then after that, I just fell in love with it for the rest of my life. And I was like, yo, this is it. Music. And this is why I say music saved my life, because in a time when I was so like depressed and in a dark place and had all these emotions I didn't know, what to do with, because I'm like, damn, I can't see no more. That's fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's like, but I have music here. And there was a lot of like anger and raw emotion that I was putting into it. So I think from learning that and realizing that not only is music therapy, but it's like what I want to do is feel like it was my purpose. That was the first catalyst when I was like, I got to do this. This is going to be it.
Wow. Yo, a huge shout out to this man, bro. That's so inspiring, bro, because it's like, you played the cards that you were dealt and you was like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to do some other shit. And I'm gonna do some other shit, and I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. And I love that shit, because it's like, despite what happened to you, you still kept pushing forward. So I gotta give you a dap up on that one, bro. Like you like anybody could have just been like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just gonna just sulk in my emotions or whatever. But you turned that shit into something beautiful. So and I gotta commend you for that. And that's just that, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, bro.
That's dope.
I mean, because I feel like, things happen to people as part of their story. And I feel like it was part of like what I had to go through, because there was like a larger purpose for your life. So sometimes a lot of people look at things and they're like, nah, this is terrible. And they allow it to like get them off track. But I almost see it as that was the beginning of the track. It was like, this had to happen so that you can, start to align with what your real purpose was.
Yeah, character development.
Character development. Yeah, I say
character development's a motherfucker. I'll try to tell you, but listen, when you develop, bro. So it's dope. Like I said, it's dope, because like I hear the way you like I've mixed your tracks. Like I mixed your tracks. So like I hear the way you rap and you take your time and you really say things. You really take time to put into your records. You're not like cats that just write and just
like
scoot it. You take your time, and I can tell.
I appreciate that, because I put a lot of love and just like time and energy into what I do. Writing the melodies, just the feeling, the emotion, and like I say, to go to it, it's like when I make these songs, they do come from a real place. Obviously, there's some songs that you just like you're writing almost like this is fun. I'm just writing it for fun, but a lot of them, they come from a real place. Exactly. Like Terminal, Overwhelmed. Exactly. A lot of these tracks,
Wow. Yeah. So as an artist, as myself as an artist, like what's your writing process? Like how do you construct like how did you construct Terminal? That's what I want to know. I never even asked you that. I thought you would get into detail with that. Let me tell me.
My writing process has changed over time. First, it started, obviously, I would just write pen to paper and memorize it. Or then I started writing on a laptop, memorize that. Then from there, I would just, it was always like I was a writing guy. I had to put it on paper. But then when I got my own equipment and I started recording myself, what I started doing was I started kind of just recording as it comes out. So it's not necessarily like a freestyle, but like building it as you go. Yeah, so exactly. Like, I come up with the bars there and everything, and then from there, just build on it. And I found with that, it's more of like just an expressive process. I'm still down to write, though. I'm still gonna write some shit and stuff. For Terminal, it was kind of like, so with that whole process, that song, I found the beat, and the beat spoke to me. Usually that's how it all starts for me. The music speaks to me, and then I bring the emotion to it. So I remember writing that, and I was like, this beat is just crazy. I gotta come on it nice. And I was feeling this type of emotion at the time. Funny thing is, I actually wrote that song when I was 25. So I'm 28 now, right? So
see,
because in the lyrics I say something like, I got 5 more years and I'll be 30. There ain't no turning back. Can't turn my back on this journey. But
living down to Mercy. Dallas, New Jersey. That's so dope, bro. That song is so dope. Yo, I'm not gonna front. Hold on. Can you pass me a tissue? Can you pass me a tissue? Yo, y'all, listen. The allergies over here.
It's crazy.
You need Allegra D.
Allegra D.
That's what you fucking need, because that shit'll just delete your allergies. I got the regular bullshit stuff. That shit ain't really working too well, so that's why I gotta blow my nose. But listen, Allegra D.
You know what else I heard too? I heard that places like New Jersey have more intense allergies just because of the trees that they chose to plant here.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why did you choose oak trees?
I think I might go into a bit of conspiracy theory because it's an old thing that I talked about that I haven't spoken about in a while, so I'm not fully like geared up on it. But obviously because they want people, you know, like buying allergy medication, and allergy medication not 100% good for you. But I'm not gonna get into my conspiracy theories. We're not gonna Alex Jones this one today.
Nah, bro, fucking my kidneys up, and I gotta still go buy shit from y'all, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. But my fault, y'all. My fault for the nose blowing and shit. But what was you saying before?
So that song I wrote I wrote that shit at 25, and I remember I was just kind of when I found the beat and I was like, just it almost there's some beats that just open up like a floodgate of like having things to say. So you know, with that was actually, you know, I just kind of had the beat and I started like doing that process of like just building it as I go, and then the interesting thing is, I think the intro almost is like what started out the thing, and the intro goes like whole lot of ups and downs, and it's back in the stew. This where I belong, because you know I started feeling it more like this is really where I belong, because I would deal with a lot of imposter syndrome for like a while. So like
I feel like we all deal with that some capacity, some
especially as artists or creatives. I feel like we always feel like, okay, this is not.
Yeah, I got it bad, bro. So I know I can relate. I can relate.
What do you do to deal with it?
Somebody would be like, oh, yo, your song's good. I'm like, it's not enough. It's not like what my process is to deal with it. I just try to remain open, honest, and humble. Humble. I feel like humility helps that out a lot, because it's like, you know, you really sit there and just actually soak in and accept the compliment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like my issue with me and my music is sometimes my shit will actually be good, and people will be like, and when people will tell me like, "Yo,
well, his shit is actually good."
That
like,
shit.
No, that's
see now. See, I gotta work. See.
I'm always telling him like, bro, you gotta just release this stuff. He's like, no, it's not ready. It's not ready.
It's not ready. I've been mixing a song for like fucking 2 years straight. Like it's been done ever since 2023. And I'm still mixing it because I just can't get the mix right on it. But and then plenty of times, like the homie Tango that produced here too, he tells me that the song has been done for like the 80th time.
No, it's been done. He showed me the song. It
Fuck me.
needs to be released. It
Don't
needs
do
to be
that.
released. No. Comment, say Dano, drop the track. You're holding off.
Oh man. But you know, overall, like imposter syndrome is a motherfucker. So basically, bro, like just like taking the space to hold the compliment, and like just being grateful that you got it in the first place, because somebody could have easily just been like, yo, your shit is ass, bruh, and your ego could have been a little damaged off
right.
Of that.
That's
but
true.
Sometimes I want people to tell me that. Like sometimes I need motherfuckers to tell me, yo, my shit's ass. I'm like, all right, word, I'll be back.
Yeah, I'd rather hear the truth, honestly.
I'd rather hear the truth, and you know, and that's why you know, that's why I was so adamant on every single time I do your records. Like I always say, yo, I want the honest truth, nigga. Yo, change that EQ. That shit fucking sucked. And I'm like, all right, you know what? You're right. Give me 2 minutes.
The funny thing though is I feel like Dan's always like it's a really like smooth process working with him, because everything always comes out just really like his ear is golden, so it always sounds good too. And you'll be like listening to it and you're like, is he okay? I see he's working on it. The next thing you know, like 5 seconds later, oh shit, that vocal just sounds clean all of a sudden. It's like, what'd you just do? He's like, I just moved some buttons.
I just moved some buttons.
He's like, don't worry, he's like, I'm just getting organized. Hold up.
yeah. I gotta organize some shit. You know, move this EQ around, compress this real quick. Bust this out, right? Oh, this needs some reverb. Boom. And then like, oh, yo, that shit was lit. That shit was dope.
Fire.
That shit was dope. And I'm like, hell yeah, bro.
But you know, the interesting thing too is I feel like constructive criticism is really important, especially at the beginning of your journey, because there's those things that you're gonna remember. Like back when I made my first EP, right? This is 9th grade. Obviously, like I said, it was not the best EP. I would love to show it to people because I would love to show the development. But it's like there was Lil Wayne's guitarist. His name was Mark Dollar. For some reason, I was around his circle at that time because one friend. It was, you know, long story short. But I'm giving the CD. I'm like, yeah, this is about to be so good. This is gonna be cool. Turns out he took the CD and threw it out his window because it wasn't good. No, it wasn't. It was his guitarist.
His guitarist.
Yeah, his name is Mark Dollar. Shout out Mark Dollar, bro.
Yo, he threw it out the window.
Threw it out the window because it sucked, bro.
Damn, he could at least gave it back to you.
No, fuck it, bro. You got to get better, and that's the thing. So
That's what he said?
no,
No,
because
oh
he
my
didn't do
God.
it to my face though. My friend told me what he did, and I was like, okay, that's gonna be helpful. Damn, okay, I gotta get better.
You gotta take that.
I'm not good enough.
Yeah, yo, and I got a lot of respect for that because bro, I like shit. I remember one time I was in high school. I was telling people I rapped and stuff like that, and I was showing them my songs, and they were done songs too. I just never really showed nobody. Everybody in the school knew I rapped too. There was this one girl like I rapped for the classroom. Like I was that type. That's why I love performing so much.
Yeah.
Because I always loved rapping in front of the classroom. So I got up and performed my tracks and whatnot that I had at the time. This is like 2016, 17. And one of the girls was like, "Yo, I think you need to start finding a job."
Emotional damage.
I was like, "Dog, there's no way that this bitch just said this." I'm like, all right. I'm like, fuck you. Shout out to her though, because yo, I needed that inspiration.
No, that's because there's two types of people. The people that like hear that and then they're like, okay, you're right. I'll go get a job.
I'll go
or
get
the
a
guy that's
job.
like, fuck this bitch, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on,
They
then they start writing
Yeah,
shit.
I'm like, yeah. So I was like, all right, you know what? There's a couple lines in that could a little bit better. You know what? I thought I could get away with that.
Maybe my delivery was a little shy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let me go home and write a little bit better. Fuck that job. I already got one.
Because the thing is, I feel like as like artists and creators, I feel like we all have that like that one thing, that memory that we remember where it's like someone told you something that was like either really harsh or like constructive criticism, and you can go back and say that was when the tables turned.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I've been getting
And
better.
it's not even motivation that you get from that. It's like, I can't even really explain it. It's not discipline, but it's not motivation. It's like this energy that you get.
Maybe awareness.
Awareness, but you get this energy that is just like, all right, I'm gonna kill this shit now because since you said you think this is ass, why? Give me 24
Just wait.
hours. Give me 24 hours.
Yeah, it's like hold on, we're
Give me
coming
24
back.
hours. You know what I'm saying? I'll have Kendrick Lamar worthy lyrics, like ready to go for you.
And that's what I'm saying. So to that girl that said that to Dan, that he should get a job.
Shout out.
Sounds of the Cosmos. He's got a job.
I got a job.
He got a job, bitch.
I got a fucking job.
No, but look at the development put in because I'm like, I listen to his bars. I'm like, yo, Dan O's got some freaking next level bars. Your metaphors are you can paint a picture with the words. Like,
Oh, shucks.
my
come
boy,
on,
bro,
man.
he's killing it, bro.
That's the imposter syndrome's coming back up right now. Because every time he says that shit, I'm like, oh fuck, shucks.
Nah, he always says that too. When he's mixing, you're like, bro, this is clean, this is fire. You're
I'm like,
you're
damn.
golden. He's like, oh shucks, man.
Come on, man. I mean, I start scrounging up like, oh shit, fuck, damn. All right, you got it. All right, word. But nah, that's dope. That's dope. So like, I love your beginnings and stuff like that. So what's one of the most what's not a drawback? How can I say the word? What's currently one of your most not difficult, but what's one of your most, I guess, difficult? Like, do you have any difficulty writing? What happens when you run into like writer's block or all that
Writer's
stuff, or like
block.
when you don't have anything to say? You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't get nothing out. You have one of those days that you can't get nothing out. Like how does that go for you?
So I feel like there's like never a day when I can't get nothing out. So like it might not be good, but I could get something out. And I
Right.
think also the thing with writer's block is accepting it. Because I
Right.
think writer's block comes. There's sometimes when like even like recently, I was feeling like almost, I guess, emotionally blocked, I guess it was. Because for
Yeah.
me as a writer, there's a lot of people that have the technical abilities, which I believe also have the technical writing abilities. But I started off first as like, I'm writing like from emotional place.
Yeah.
So like the other day or the other week, I was feeling emotionally blocked and I was just not liking anything that was coming out.
Right.
And then after a while, I did a few things, this, that, and the third. I felt like I was, okay, now shit's flowing again. So
Yeah.
I feel like with writer's block, to anyone that does experience that, there's like two things you could do it. You just keep forcing it until it like,
Just
something's
Come
gonna
fuck
come.
out. Yeah.
Or just accept it. Yeah, I have writer's block. It's cool. That's it. And then, like,
Yeah.
obviously, the other thing you could do is you can go out because you have to like address why do you have writer's block. Is it because you don't have anything to write about? Is it because you're just go read a book? I don't fucking know. It's like
Honestly, yo, books help out a lot though. Books help out a shit ton, especially if it's like a really, 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 really good book that really gets you thinking. Like the book will help your ass out a lot too. Books and movies sometimes.
Books and movies, and just go listen to music or go out and have experiences.
Yeah.
Like, because maybe your writer's block is coming from you've just been doing the same thing every day. But even at that, like, you could probably start rapping about, I just do the same thing every day. Whoa, really hoping
that every day. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna throw a beat on next time. Fuck out of here.
But that's what I'm saying. I think writer's block is just accepting it.
Right.
It's just accepting it because you're as an art. I feel like you could always get something out. It just might just not be good at that time. And when you do have the inspiration, it's gonna come back, and you can't be afraid to have a writer's block because it's a part of the process.
Yeah. So like, sometimes when I run into it, I got shit, bro. Honestly, I'm in the process of making an album myself this year that I'm supposed to be dropping in August. It's called Soul.
Is it done? Like, I know you're gonna be mixing it for a little bit.
I've been mixing it for a little bit.
Okay,
I've been mixing it for a little bit. Some of the songs are done, but some of the songs I'm still trying to conceptualize and actually put into life. So remember how you were saying like life experiences?
Yes.
That's a life experience album. So that's supposed to be. That's not just I'm gonna put some tracks together and just shove it out.
Just shove it out.
Nah, this is a body. I'm trying.
Had to be built.
The attempt is going. I'm probably going to sound a little crazy. Y'all probably going to think I'm fucking outrageous. But this was supposed to be the next To Pimp a Butterfly. That's what I was trying to take the bar to, and then like be like, all right, let me put a little spin on it.
Okay, no, I fuck with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I fuck with that a lot, and I think that type of project actually does take that level of like patience,
which I don't have.
Because
what I'm working on.
I feel like some people, they want to just, obviously get the songs out, get them out there. People's attention spans are crazy, and then if you're out of sight, you're out of mind. But with projects like that, because you see even like Kendrick Lamar, he goes away. He's not on social media or anything.
Yo, listen.
Then he comes and drops this crazy shit. But it's like, with something like that, I can understand.
Mm-hmm.
But you also say you have a due date on it.
Yeah, I gave myself a due date so I can start tightening the fuck up, because if I didn't give myself a due date, none of this shit would be done. I'm gonna let you know right now.
Relatable.
That should be done. You know
Relatable.
So yeah, dude.
Hashtag get your fucking stems, set a due date.
Fucking stems and get a due date. Get a fucking due date. Okay, so 3 minutes? 3 minutes left? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna ask him one more question, and then I also want you to tell the viewers, anything inspirational.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So last question would be, right, what can we expect from Johnny Walker in the future? Like, what's something that we could really, really be like, oh shit, Johnny Walker's about to fucking.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Right now, talking about like projects that take patience and stuff, I have this one project that's coming out. I've been working on a lot of the tracks. I think all the tracks are about to be mixed and mastered by Dano and Sounds Like Cosmo, so shout out to that.
Ooh.
So it's called Archophobia.
Ooh.
Archophobia is a scientific name for the fear of heights. It is an EP about being afraid to reach your true potential.
Wow.
So the whole idea is, if you get high enough, which is your true potential, like, what happens then? It's kind of, you used to be afraid of the heights, right?
Right.
So then the whole thing is about taking that leap, because then that's also like a metaphor as well, because you're getting high up to take the leap and actually jump and fall into your true authentic self.
Right.
That's Archophobia.
That's fucking dope.
So that has Terminal on it. It's gonna have a song called PC, which is Pussy and Cash / Peace and Chaos.
Love that song. Boy,
Shout
I'll
out
tell
Kenai,
you,
bro.
that song is sick. Oh man, I was so happy I got to mix that shit.
No man, he killed it, and I made it hard for him too. I gave him
oh fuck,
because I had to. I basically like changed the beat a bit, like I snapped, but I gave him the stems obviously. So he's like, "What's going on? How come this doesn't line up?"
I had to rebuild the beat. Good thing I know how to produce a little tiny bit. So all my engineers, make sure you know how to produce a little bit. At least know how to fucking use a grid and put the sounds on the grid. At least know how to use that. If you're not going to produce, at least know how to use that. Because I had to rebuild the whole second half of that song. Shit was crazy, but it sounds
great. And then I also gave him so many vocals because I wanted an epic fucking choir section. Kenai, she sent, I think, 23 at least, because I told her more. Do more, Kenai.
Plus the stems of the beat, so my computer was working overtime. So listen. But yeah, man, that's that. I fucking love that song. But
thank you, bro.
It's definitely a pleasure to have you. Tell the viewers something inspiring that they could look forward to in near future.
Here's one thing I want to say to anybody I just want to say the human experience is full of ups and downs. There's beauty and darkness and the light. So try to just accept yourself, be as authentic as you can. And in the end of the day, God saves his toughest battles for his strongest warriors. So nothing that is in your life you can't handle. Might be tough, but you got this.
You got this. I fucking love that. God bless.
Thank you. God bless
Johnny.
you too. It's been Johnny Walker, the winner table. Let's go, bro.
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Dan's my nigga, bro.
Yeah, man. You my nigga. You my nigga. You my
Thank
nigga.
you, guys.
Yeah, so, yeah, Sounds Like Cosmo Podcast. That was Johnny Walker. Shout out to Johnny Walker. Make sure you guys follow, like, subscribe, and share. We're going to have the homie Lance Prince coming on next, so stay tuned for that. Peace.